We at the top, if I see it, I cop it. All this guap, if I see it, I cop it. Got some new drip, if I see it, I cop it. Saw that new whip, if I see it, I cop it. Need a new grip, if I see it,
What's up? Welcome everyone. Hello.
If I see it, I cop it. I'm that kid, if I see it, I cop it. House off the grid, if I see it, I cop it. We at the top, if I see it, I cop it. All of this guap, if I see it, I cop it. Got some new drip, if I see it, I cop it. Saw that new whip, if I see it, I cop it. Need a new grip, if I see it, I cop it. Lots of strip, if I see it, I cop it. I'm that kid, if I see it, I cop it. House off the grid, if I see it, I cop it.
Yeah, if I see it, I cop it. Running through stores, if I see it, I rock it. Yeah, girl, if you see it, I got it. Run it up more, we need all the profit. 100 racks back up in summer 16. Spent that whole bag on a whole summer dream. Life's complicated, no Avril Lavigne. Copped a new condo to blow off some steam. All these rappers just rapping in triplets. Pushing that product, just got a new shipment. Pushing that roll 50 over the limit. Cushion that blow, I don't get why they with it. We at the top and we throwing the game. All of these peasants will know of my name. All of these blessings, we staying the same. The drip is fluorescent, I'm going insane. Royal genetics all up in my veins. Back me a real one and gave her my name. All of these issues, but no one to blame. Praying that God will just show me the way. Changing the game, got the source code, and I'm off-road and my horses go skirt. One in the same day, of course, no, we in first, yo, all my niggas we were. Fake in the fame, but we all know, cause the source told all you niggas just learn. Talking and saying y'all pseudo, and it's true though, y'all just popping them perks. Taking the stage, got a few shows, let the crew know it's a cloud in the dirt. I am the king and it's my throne, y'all are kind though, they keep calling me Zerx.
Be at the top, if I see it, I cop it. All this guap, if I see it, I cop it. Got some new drip, if I see it, I cop it. Saw that new whip, if I see it, I cop it. Need a new grip, if I see it, I cop it. Lots of strip, if I see it, I cop it. I'm that kid, if I see it, I cop it. House off the grid, if I see it, I cop it. We at the top, if I see it, I cop it. All of this guap, if I see it, I cop it. Got some new drip, if I see it, I cop it. Saw that new whip, if I see it, I cop it. Need a new grip, if I see it, I cop it. Lots of strip, if I see it, I cop it. I'm that kid, if I see it, I cop it. House off the grid, if I see it, I cop it.
We only got one life, I'ma get that. If you with that, do not sit back and just wish that you had it. Despite all your witchcraft and your riffraff, this is my gift and you wish that you had it. Tonight gonna bump trap, gonna thump that. Drums in the back and you know that we have it. Girls like where the one at, need to run back. Flee from these niggas, you know that they savage. They acting macho like they Randy Savage. They call me Pablo, the kingpin is at it. I am Apollo, you Rocky, I've had it. Y'all can just follow cause niggas is slacking. I am Jack Sparrow, my verses is cracking. I am the ghost and you rappers is Pac-Man. Out in the coast and I'm getting more blacking.
What's up? What's up? What is raw alignment? I don't know. I don't know what the fuck. Was that another name? Was that another person? Who the fuck knows? Who cares? Eat what makes you healthy. Find your shit. I'm still gonna talk about it though. Come on, that's what we gotta do. We're gonna talk about shit. We're gonna talk about shit. Let the vegans fight. I wouldn't take anything that girl, whoever Freely is, I wouldn't take anything she says with any kind of serious nature. It's all comedy. She has a comedy channel. Don't take a fucking damn thing she says with any value. Chick is a nutbag. If I see it, I cop it. We at the top, if I see it, I cop it. All of this guap, if I see it, I cop it. Got some new drip, if I see it, I cop it. Saw that new whip, if I see it, I cop it. Need a new grip, if I see it, I cop it. Lots of strip, if I see it, I cop it. I'm that kid, if I see it, I cop it. House off the grid, if I see it, I cop it.
Yeah, if I see it, I cop it. Running through stores, if I
she's
see
a dumb
it,
bitch.
I rock it. Yeah, girl, if you see it, I got it. Run it up more, we need all the profit. 100 racks back up in summer 16. Spent that whole bag on a whole summer dream. Life's
No
complicated,
militant beaches. Men or women beaches. None.
All these rappers just rapping in triplets. Pushing that
none of that
just
fucking
got a new
shit.
shipment. Pushing that roll 50 over the limit. Cushion that blow, I don't get why they with it. We at the top and we throwing the game. All of these peasants will know of my name. All of these blessings, we staying the same. The drip is fluorescent, I'm going insane. Royal genetics all up in my face. Back me a real one and gave him my name. All of these issues, but no one to blame. Praying that God will just show me the way. Changing the game, got the source code, and I'm off road, and my horses go skirt. One in the same day, of course, no, we in first, yo, all my niggas, we were. Fake into fame, but we all know, cause the source.
The sun is shining, the birds are chirping, the bacon is sizzling. Welcome to the Daily Swole.
Oh yeah. Testing. 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 Testicles. Testing. Testicles. Testicles. Welcome everyone to episode 1054 of the Daily Mother Swole, the most muscular swolecast, beercast, broadcast, gamecast, mancast, pimpcast, sleazecast, and slaycast in the realm, because when I flex, you flex, we all flex our biceps. I think I have to burp. I lost it. I held it too long. Oh, I held it too long. That's awful when you hold a burp and then you don't get the satisfaction from it. What I do for all of you, I hold in my burps. I lost some simple pleasure in my day today. Just, I don't know. I don't know why I did it. Wait. Come on, man. It's stuck. It's trapped like in no man's land. I'm trying to get it out. My goodness, what a rough start to a Tuesday. It's all right. I'll get it back together. I'll get it together. I'm waiting for it to come out. What's up, everyone? Welcome on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Periscope, and Twitch. Thanks for listening. Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google, everywhere you listen to the Gamecast. Welcome to 1054. Know ya muscles. We're going to talk about why your muscles might be so confused. All this randomness, all your training. We're going to talk about some program stuff today. We'll probably take some questions. We're just going to talk about a couple things. And let's see what else is new. Some new IGTV dropped a Swole Motion 136. Put that on the Instagram feed. So those of you that haven't checked it out yet, go check it out. Doing a lot of throwback content, a lot of new stuff, and some new ways to consume it. So make sure you're following me over there. And today, there's a few hours left. Was it 6 hours? It ends at 11 p.m. A couple more hours for the Fuck Your Pink Drink gear. So the cups, the shirts, the hoodies, the t-shirts, the tanks, men's, women's, all of that, it's gone at like 11 o'clock. So I'm removing them from the site. The campaigns are going to be over and version 2 is going to be gone. So don't miss out on it. Pick it up today if you have not, and then they will be printed tonight, or they will be sent to the printers, and you'll be getting them shortly. So go check out swolenormousapparel.com, but all that stuff is over at swolenormousx.com. You can click on the apparel links. But anyway, last day, last chance. Yo, last chance to get some pink. Last chance to get some pink. Get some pink. Get some. And then I have some awesome new releases coming too for apparel, some new designs, a lot of new stuff, a lot of cool shit. And I'm stoked. I can't wait to run it, to buy it, and to wear it, and have it cover and just lay gingerly across my fucking nips. You thought it was Sunday? Yeah, I forget what day of the week it is. It doesn't fucking matter. It really doesn't. When your schedule doesn't revolve around Monday through Sunday, it's amazing what you can get done, because every day is just an opportunity to fucking do some shit. Oh, my wife would burp you to shame. What does that mean? Oh, I just need to fucking crack my back or do something. I'm gonna do some mobility stuff. I'm gonna do some filming and shit. I got some good stuff on the way. I got some shit to do today. I'm on fire getting some stuff done. Today's not a resistance day. I'm going to do some mobility work. I'm going to do some foam rolling, do some filming for Swole Enormous X. What'd you all train today? What'd you all get down? What'd you drop? What'd you do? What did you do today? What'd you do? Come on, tell me. Tell daddy. What did you do? What did you do? And I also want to drop another Papa Swolio, Ask Papa Swolio. So just make sure that you're asking those questions over on YouTube. Anyway, let's get into the episode. What's up? What'd you train today? Did everyone train today? Did you? Did yoga? Did legs? Very nice. Very nice. Yeah, tomorrow for me, tomorrow's going to be back. I don't know if I'm going to do upper body. I might do like a total body kind of a stabilization workout. Might do a stabilization workout tomorrow because I'm still going to be sore, but then back on the pony and fucking smashing. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good, fam. Feeling juicy. I'm feeling really juicy. I'm feeling juicy. I'm feeling tasty. I feel like I got something. I got some. I feel like my fruit, I'm a fruit and I'm ripe. I feel like I'm ripe. All right, so let's get into the weird today. Knowing your muscles. And on the board behind me, if you're watching on YouTube, if you're watching on Periscope, if you're watching on Facebook and YouTube, I said YouTube twice, whatever. It says confused. So a lot of you remember when P90X came out and they started popularizing the made-up term muscle confusion. Completely made up, by the way. I still get questions about muscle confusion. It's amazing how phrases permeate generations and just keep on going and going. The muscles don't get confused. The muscles aren't like, oh my God, what's going on? Muscles adapt. And when it comes to knowing your muscles, you need to know which muscles are important, aka all of them. You need to know how to train them, and you need to know how muscles actually adapt to your training, how muscles and how the body adapts to methods. And it's not any kind of crazy, outlandish science. It's very common sense. What you expose your body to, your body will adapt to. There's no confusion. There's no, your muscles don't have a brain inside them. Your body communicates with the muscles. The brain sends signals to the muscles, and the muscles send reciprocal signals back. So there's this whole orchestrated coordination, is called neuromuscular coordination, in which the body and the system as a whole can coordinate movement in different directions, and your body will expose, when exposed to whatever type of overload, whatever type of equipment, whatever type of exercise, whatever type of angle, time under tension, all those things that people like to throw out in terms of marketing. This is just physical adaptation. It's a response. The body is a response machine. It's a negative feedback system. The body has stress. The body will counter that stress with adaptations to decrease that type of stress in the future so it can handle that type of overload. And if the overload, for example, perpetuates too much, too long, or in a sudden force that the body has not yet adapted to, you can cause an injury. You can pull a muscle, you can twist and tweak and tear something. And that's usually just because the body is not prepared for that movement. That's when injuries occur, when the body is not prepared for that activity. And that can come progressively over time. How many of you have suffered or are dealing with some type of inflammation? How many of you have like runner's knee, jumper's knee? You have golfers or tennis elbow. You have, medial or lateral epicondylitis, elbow pain. You'll have some kind of like chronic thing that comes back and goes away. So there's this whole balance component that the body adapts to as well. And the reason why I talk so much about glute activation, the reason why I talk so much about yoga and mobility and balancing out the muscles and balancing out the body, it's because that's what keeps you healthy. There are muscles on different parts of the joint. Usually a joint will have muscles, generally speaking, on the front, back, inside, outside, right? Medial, lateral. There are usually muscles that articulate, and that causes action at the joint. Every muscle crosses a joint, and a joint is where two bones interact. So a muscle will shorten and cause the bones to move. It makes sense, right? You flex, you contract, the biceps shorten, and then the elbows, the angle shortens, the angle decreases. So the elbow, it causes elbow flexion. Or the triceps shortens and then pulls the ulna and the radius down, and it extends the elbow. So you have that reciprocating action as a result of the lengthening and shortening of the muscles. So depending on what type of joint it is, you'll have muscles on different sides that allow that joint to have the action that it's designed to do. And anytime that you are exposing your body to a stress, you have the opportunity to teach your body something new. You have the opportunity to teach your body something new. And if you're only moving in specific ways, the reason why yoga is so powerful, the reason why stabilization training, those of you that are in Swolenormous X, the awareness workouts, more coming by the way, but those types of workouts where you are doing multiplanar training, where you are working in all three directions and all three styles. And there are different combinations. So you can move in the sagittal plane, that's like just curling front to back. If you split your body in two halves, it's moving front to back, walking forward, walking backwards. Frontal plane is side to side. So when you're moving side to side, doing a side squat or a side lunge, or doing anything like going side to side in that range, and also transverse. There's the horizontal plane rotation. And most people get hurt in the transverse and the rotation plane
which makes sense because in our life, not as human beings, but in our society, in our pattern, we don't do a lot of twisting. We don't do a lot of twisting. And if you think about when you've gotten hurt, if you think about when you've hurt your knee or twisted your back or thrown out something, it's usually rotating. You're backing your car out and you're twisting, or you turn your head really quickly, or you bend down to pick something up and you have a little bit of a twist and you hurt your back. It's usually those moves, and it's not the weight. It's not the move itself. It's your preparation. And if you think about any kind of plan, if you don't prepare properly, what's that phrase? Fail to prepare, you're preparing to fail. So if you don't have proper preparation, you are just putting yourself in a position for failure. And when it comes to your body, if you do not prepare your muscles for those types of movements, for all of them, and as many as you can, you are putting yourself more at risk. Now, there's a limit, in my opinion. There's that extreme where you're doing CrossFit or complete random training where you're just doing so many different things and exposing your body to so many different things, you tend to miss that adaptation ability of your body because there's so much randomness. Everything is so extremely random. There's no proper progression. There's just random things you're throwing at your body that you're not going to excel in any one of those areas. And you might actually fail to create that proper foundation unless you do some proper periodization. That's where program design comes into play. So you need that kind of, you don't necessarily want random with your programming. You want exposure. Random is going to happen in life. However, your focused exposure to a specific environment in your training. Remember, training is different than working out. Training is different than exercise. That's just, hey, I'm doing stuff. Well, it's great to do stuff, but what are you doing stuff for? What's your approach? What's your systematic process? What is your 1, 2, 3 that's going to lead to, 4, 5, 6? What are you building this foundation on? And that's where there's a little bit of a split in terms of the philosophy of training. And you can make a great argument. Obviously, CrossFit is popular and that type of random exercise is popular because cerebrally it's stimulating, it's exciting. You never know what you're going to do. It's always random. However, in my opinion, you can over randomize things when there's no actual set progression and there's no actual focused and targeted foundation that's created. So if there's so much randomness, it affects your body's ability to adapt and to excel and to create that type of strength and stability with specific modalities. So it can get too extreme. It can go too far. But I want you to all think about what you do for your training. Are you doing those types of movements? Are you doing rotation movements? Are you doing twisting type movements? Are you working on your balance? Are you working on your endurance? Are you working on your strength? Are you working on body weight exercises? Are you working on resistance exercises? Are you working on compound lifts? Are you only doing isolation lifts? I think there's a place for everything in a program if it's done properly. So for example, rather than just tell you, oh, these are all facts, these are all things you should think about, I want you to approach with the mindset that you can go through these different phases. This is what programming is all about. You're going through a different block of training. You're going through a different training cycle. And what I've been doing a lot lately is kind of mixing that up where I'm doing a few classic type splits, more larger, let's say upper body, lower body, or push pull, or chest and back type things, 2 or 3 resistance training workouts. But then I'm also doing yoga. I'm also doing total body stabilization, multi-planar days. And, that combination, it keeps me stimulated. It keeps me balanced, allows me to lift heavy, but also creates that deloading type phase even within my training week because I don't have any necessary or any focused specific, I'm not trying to gain 5 pounds or gain 10 pounds. Like I'm fine where I am. I'm not trying to eat the world and just bulk up and be massive anymore. That hasn't been my goal for a long time. I have too many other obligations and things that I'm holding myself accountable to focus all that. And as you know, if you're trying to bulk, that's a fucking full-time job. It's a full-time job to try to do that properly. And you have to really, really, really want it. You have to be aware of what it takes. And I'm aware of what it takes. I've done that for years. And it's just, you kind of just shift, right? Different seasons. And I've been talking about this a lot, the different seasons of your training and how you're how your mindset relates to, what you're trying to accomplish in the gym. They have to match up. So for me, it's important to have that mobility. For me, it's important to not do so much volume that I'm crippled and I can't fucking move. I don't like that feeling anymore. I don't like the feeling of just being so sore to the point of I'm a useless human being. And 10 years ago, that was nice. Like, hey, I trained hard. I fucking lifted heavy and yeah, I fucking got massive. But now it's not so exciting. It's not so exciting to be literally crippled. I want to be mobile. I want to be able to train every day if I want to. So that comes down to the frequency. And it comes down to the volume. If I'm training more frequently, I need to adjust the volume to handle or to match how often I'm training body parts or how often I'm going to the gym to do resistance. So if I'm going more frequently, I'm not doing as many sets. I'm not overloading my body quite as much. So it depends on what you want the outcome to be. And knowing your muscles, knowing your weak points, when it comes to training, a lot of times in life, you want to focus on what your strengths are. What are your skills? What are you good at? What are you passionate about? When it comes to your body, you need to focus on those weak points. And the weak points are oftentimes stabilizer muscles. The weak points are oftentimes those muscles that get chronically shut down and deactivated as a result of common postural distortions, sitting down all day, in a chair, in a car. Those types of repetitive positions just imbalance the body over and over again like coats of paint, and you just get these long-term negative side effects, back pain, neck pain, injuries, tendonitis, all these problems that usually stem or come from these daily chronic lackings, right? These daily chronic improper movements or lack of movements. And this is something that's very, very common. It happens all the time and will continue to happen as technology improves. We are required less and less to go anywhere. I can order things on Amazon. I can order food. I can order all my stuff. I can do my work from, I don't have to necessarily go anywhere. I can even train at home. Most people don't have to leave their fucking house. And it's going to be more and more immobilizing if you're not proactive with your training and your approach. So it's not so simple. It's very simple, but it's not so simple as just, okay, go to the gym and lift some things. You need to be aware that there are different ways that your body can move. And to say that the body should move in a certain way, any way that the body can possibly move, it's able and designed to move. Everyone's body is going to move differently. Everyone's going to have different joint range of motion. Everyone's going to have different natural flexibility. Those genetics and those types of things are, those are built in. You can't choose that. However, you can choose how you move. You can choose how often you're standing up, sitting down, how often you're putting your body through mobility training and through different range of motion. So that's under your control, and that has to be exposed, and that has to come out in your training. That has to come out in your exercise. And if you're not doing that, you're missing out, and you're really, really falling short, and it's going to put you at high risk for an injury. What's up, Jacqueline? Kara, what up? What up? I saw a picture of you pretty big at one time. I'm still bigger than 99% of people now. I'm just plenty big for me. I'm not like the biggest person. Like, I don't try to be anymore. I'm not fucking saucing up. I'm not eating 10,000 calories. I'm not just pounding food and just rah. It's not healthy for the body to go under that type of overload all the time forever. Your body will adapt the best it can, but holding on a ton of extra muscle it's not really super healthy either. Having muscle is one thing, but to have a ton, it could be strenuous on the body. Jason, my friend took me to a class. I feel like it was just a bunch of random exercises thrown together with the only goal of burning calories. That's what most classes are. And when you go to a gym or you go to a group exercise studio, the real main goal for them is to have you come back. They want you to be entertained. They want you to have fun. They want you to enjoy the workout so you come back and continue your membership. And the problem with random exercise is that it's exactly that. It's random exercise. You're putting things together without a proper progression. Because you're teaching classes, you don't necessarily have the same people in the same class all the time. So it's not progressive. It's not necessarily scaled properly to each person. People are just coming in, showing up. You don't know each person's individual goals. It's harder to check for them. Just more people are just at a higher risk, but they don't realize it. And there are so many of these little studios and stuff out there. The quality of the instructors it's very, very thin. There's a lot of information that you can get online, but as you have seen from Instagram and YouTube, there are a lot of dumb fucking things on the internet that people follow. And certifications are very, very they're very see-through without proper competence. And same thing with degrees. It's great to have certifications, fine, fantastic. And I've held, I mean, look, I'm the one that I've gone through and I've recertified, but like after a while, I just stopped maintaining a bunch of them because they're not worth it. And this is a while ago. It's just, you see through it because it's just a money hungry company like anything else. And they have to stay afloat. And there's no real regulation in the fitness industry. There's no real regulation. There are many different certifications. And once you get certified, what do they have you do? They just want you to go to their seminars. They want you to download their manuals. They want you to download all this stuff and continue to pay them money every time you do that to get more CEUs so you can still say that you're certified from them. Once you get the certification, you have the knowledge. Maintaining it is just you continuing to pay them so you can still say that you're certified. So it just becomes this payment, and they're slow to update fitness. They're slow to stay on the cutting edge. With technology, you don't have to. Like, once you have that information, look, if you're training at a gym or you have like, CPR insurance, it makes sense, right? You have certain requirements that you have to maintain active to be covered under the gym's insurance policy and so forth. If you're training privately and you want to have personal training insurance, you're going to be required to have a certification, X, Y, and Z. And there's all those, whatever qualifications those are, you have to follow. But if you're independent, like what I'm doing, I've been there. I have a degree in exercise science. I have held these top certifications, and I've seen what they offer. And the way technology has exploded, you don't need that shit anymore. You may need it for what you want to do in terms of your job or whatever you're trying to get. However, your education is going to come from you. Your education is going to come from you pursuing it constantly online and looking and reading and listening to podcasts and absorbing information and putting into practice and trying it yourself. That's where you get the education versus experience. And you have to combine them both. You have to combine them both. It's so easy to go and get a certification and take a test and still know jack shit. Jack shit. And yes, it's all about the money with recertifications, unfortunately. But look, come on, how many of you know someone that's certified that doesn't know what the fuck they're talking about? It doesn't mean everything. It might give you a little bit of like, oh, this person kind of like has a minimum competency, but they take a test. It doesn't mean that they know it doesn't mean they know how to pass that information on. It doesn't mean that they know how to design a program. It doesn't mean they know how to address these issues for various individuals. That's a skill. That's experience. That's really having intuition. That's knowing the body inside and out and having a lot of personal experience. Frank, that's a question for the private community, man. Go post that in the Facebook group. Once the 90-day dash is complete, you can repeat it. Yes, absolutely. I mean, that's why the program vault and all the other aspects of it exist. Yeah, if you have any questions specifically on that, post that up in the private Facebook group. For sure. For sure. Yeah, Swolenormous X is completely designed to progress and to customize and to ramp up. You can repeat the 90-day and you can level it up, or you can progress into the other training splits. There's tons of flexibility once you build that foundation. I have a friend pushing Juice Plus on me. What's that? Any polite ways to say not interested? The company has been caught using fillers. What's Juice Plus? Is that one of those multi-level marketing? Any polite ways to say not interested? Not interested. That's a polite way. Or you can say, get the fuck away from me. I'm not interested. That's not polite, but that's another way to say it. You can say, get the fuck away from me, you jabroni. You can always throw in jabroni. You can say, I don't want your juice. Papa Swolio is going to put his nuts on your chin. You could threaten them with nuts on their chin. Any polite way to say not interested? Not interested. Andre. Hello, Papa. I'm new to the Swolenormous X fam. I've been surfing around the platform past days. Just want to say, wow, congratulations on putting together, thank you, all this amazing things, especially everything is done with such a professionality and huge quality. I wanted to let you know that the work you do is fantastic. Keep swelling. Keep swelling. Thank you, dude. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Got a lot of X people in here today. Welcome, welcome. This is the best place. Thank you, dude. Yeah, but Frank, getting back to your original question, post up there like specifics, but that's another thing. That's what I meant to say. When I first saw that question, Frank, we're doing a program design masterclass this week. So that would be, make sure that in the announcements tab in the private Facebook group that you post your question in the comment under that post where it says program design, because then we'll go into it. Did premium go away altogether? It's part of Swolenormous X. Swolenormous X is the brand new platform. Well, it's been around for over a year. But premium was the Facebook group before Swolenormous X launched. Now it's just part of it, but it was absorbed. So if you listen to old podcasts, you hear me talking about Swolenormous Premium, it's Swolenormous X. It was just absorbed, and I mean, it's just so much fucking better now. It's ridiculous. So yeah. Thanks for all the motivation. I'm losing weight and getting in shape. I ran a 5K on the treadmill yesterday, 274 pounds down from 303. Keep up the great work. You keep up the great work, dude. That's awesome. Good shit. Juice Plus is a multi-level marketing company. It's supplements. Of course it is. What are your thoughts on growth hormone? Your body produces it? What do you mean? What are my thoughts on it? Nice donut video. Yeah. Oh, that was like a month or two. That was like a month or two ago, and that was on YouTube. So I'm putting a lot of the vlogs up on IGTV, and it's in my feed on Instagram. And there's a lot of stuff like Ask Papa Swole. There's a lot of videos I'm going to be posting from YouTube onto IGTV and reformatting them. So it's super cool shit. So I'm glad you liked it. It's a pill. It's a pill that gives you the recommended amount of veggies or fruits. What, the Juice Plus thing? The Juice Plus? I don't know. There's always a supplement. There's always stuff. Look, when it comes to like the green powders and things like that, if you want to take it, not everyone can afford those types of things. First off, you got to focus on whole foods. You got to focus on doing an elimination, eating lots of vegetables and fruits, but like the right things. If you can afford it, you can go for more organic stuff like that. But when it comes to supplements, you want to make sure you're getting your foods in the best you can. And then you can go towards those things. Maybe if you want to try one of those high quality, green powders. I'm not saying those are all bullshit. Look, anything in the supplement industry is potentially bullshit. And here's what is really challenging about this. There are many ways where a supplement can be bullshit in the industry. The supplement can A, not have what it says it has in it, like literally not have that ingredient. It can. 2, it might not have all of it. It might not be properly dosed. It might be like whatever. 3, the quality might not be that good. It might have impurities. Okay. 4, it might not really work for your body. It might have all the ingredients in there, but in your body, you might be taking something that could be harmful or maybe just not be really useful because you haven't been doing blood work. Those things aren't really proven to be efficient inside the body. And at the same time, you might take something and it actually does work. So when I say that a lot of the supplements, I'm talking about the bodybuilding supplements, the weight gainers, the whey proteins, the BCAAs, all that shit. You don't need that stuff. You need food. That's just building. That's the foundation of food. You don't need fucking a protein powder. You need to eat some fucking protein. You don't need BCAAs when you're getting fucking protein. You don't need pre-workouts unless you want to like take all those fucking artificial things. You can just have some caffeine. You can use anhydrous caffeine. You can drink some black coffee or espresso and go fucking pump. You could get better sleep. And if you get better sleep, you're more rested. You're not going to need these fucking hyped up pre-workouts that are giving you a lot of shit that is potentially harmful and oftentimes is to your body. And it also doesn't mean that it doesn't work. So when it comes to those green powders, let's say it has what it has in it. Whether or not it works or it's a placebo effect, I'm just not going to necessarily recommend them because it potentially does waste your money. I don't think that those big name brands, let's say those green, not green energy, but the green, supplements. I'm not saying that if you take that, it's going to hurt you. I think that's more unlikely. I think it's more unlikely that it would be a harm to you than it would just, maybe it's not really. I think it would more likely be a waste of your money, if anything, rather than harmful. So if you have, I don't want to say these things and people that are strapped for cash are like, oh shit, I need to take a green powder. You know what I'm saying? It's weird to recommend those things to people, but if you have the financial means and you want to try one of those, then by all means try it, but you don't know if it's a placebo effect. I mean, if you feel great when you take it, you just have to be aware that these things are, you don't know. And unless you are a chemist or a scientist and you're going to take that and you're going to test it and see what it has in there, blah, 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 then you're really just going on trust and faith. And that's where people get fucked over. We have to have some level of trust when we buy these products, even if we say, okay, I think this is good for me. I think this is a good thing. You're taking someone's word for it unless you're in the manufacturing plant and you're an organic chemist and you understand everything and you're watching them do it and you're doing. That's why I like to cook myself. All right. And people ask me, well, how do you know if you're getting, when you buy 100% grass-fed beef, how do you know it's 100% grass-fed? That's a great fucking question. I don't. And that might scare the fuck out of you. At the same time, how the fuck would I know? Unless you're hunting wild game. Unless you're hunting wild game and you're going in the woods and you take your arrow or your gun and you shoot a creature and you dress it and you get it and you do it yourself and you bring it back, only then do you know where your meat came from. Like only then do you really know. When you're ordering stuff online, you have to take it as it says, but you do the best you can. Like you want to get the highest quality, but unless you're doing it yourself, how would you know? How would you know? You wouldn't. You can't. I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh, I know. I don't. How the fuck would I? I'm not there. I'm not there seeing what's going on. I'm not there. I'll do my research. I'll read reviews. I'll do the taste test and this, that, and the other and see how I feel. But I make the best decisions I can with the information that I have. And that's what a lot of people don't make. Look, a lot of people make quick decisions and they don't gather good information. They just buy shit. That's the problem when you just go to the supermarket and just buy random shit. You just buy random shit. That's not good. You can make better decisions. You can make better decisions. Whether or not you want to argue, okay, organic is necessary. You don't need organic. Well, there's proof of this. Well, if you're eating vegetables, that's a start, don't you think? If you're eating broccoli and Brussels sprouts, or you're having okay, that's a start. Whether or not it's organic, all right, well, at least you're eating that and not KFC. I think we can all agree. And if you're higher level in the sense that you've been doing, you have that framework, you're not eating junk food, you're not eating the obvious shit, then you can take it a step further if you're still having issues. And this usually comes for people that are having issues. If you are on point with your nutrition, if you have good health, if you feel great and you don't have things it's all about constantly adjusting, looking, seeing what you could do better. And I guess when you're out on sea, you're biding you're I guess adjusting to the tides. You're doing the best you can with what you have, and that's all we can do. I'm not perfect. I don't know if everything that I get, when you buy something that says organic, how do you really know? You fucking don't. You're taking it out of a freezer. Let's say it's frozen berries and it says organic. I guess it's fucking organic. What am I going to do? What am I going to do? Fucking drive there and fly there and inspect their crops and shit? We have to, unfortunately, look, unless you want to do it all yourself, you have to take some of it and just have some trust, which is why people get extra angry when that trust is violated. And it's just the world we live in, However, technology, social media, live broadcasting, all this stuff, everyone's a reporter now. I can voice my opinion. You can voice your opinion, which is why if things get exposed, which is why there's a lot of stuff like that Ravana person, Brittany Dawn, all these things that come out when someone is doing something shady or wrong, it spreads and people get exposed for it because everything's more transparent now because we have a better means of communication or communicating faster. So companies are going to, it's harder to hide behind a veil. You can't just be in the middle of nowhere and do your thing and be like, I'm crafty. People are going to find out eventually. People are going to find out. So it's just harder. So it's, I guess, optimistically, it's less likely that those things are going to be the case. But if they are, it'll come out. And if it comes out and we're all like, oh shit, we got fucked over, we got lied to, then we have to adjust. That's all I can say about that. Unless you're there, how would you know? Or the farmer, that's my trick. If you know look, the more information you have, the better. But how often do you have that information? So that's it. Slow and steady yields permanent change. It's a better chance to do so. You have to be slow and steady. It's just putting in that fucking effort all the time. I worked for a Pav King or packing house that packed mandarins and said they were an organic fruit, as organic to Whole Foods and Trader Joe's for over 5 years before they figured out it wasn't organic. Yeah, well, at this point I can care less if it's genetically modified or organic. Any thoughts on Team 6? Are they pretty honest? Who the fuck is that? I've never heard of Team 6. I don't know what that is. Constantly getting injured and was hoping for an acceleration in healing process. I'm not big on resting from the gym. Okay. I tend to go 6 days a week, so just wanting to be injury free again. I wonder why you're injured. You go 6 days a week and you're not good at resting from the gym. Sounds like you need to rest from the gym, bruh. You got to do some healing. You got to rest. You got to do your yoga, mobility, whatever the hell the injury is, because I have no idea what the fuck your injury is. I'm not going to diagnose it anyway, but yeah, you got to fucking chill out, man. That's why you're getting hurt. You don't have the balance. Exactly what we're talking about in this episode. Remember, it's Tuesday, so we'll be doing some more Q&A stuff and going to be doing recording another Ask Papa Swole for YouTube. Probably run that down today. Before the sun goes down, so I'm excited for that. Let's see here. Juice Plus wants to charge $75 for 4 different pills for 4 months. Ew, that's a lot of money. I'm on a no-carb diet, but when working out, I see people eating good carbs. I'm confused on this part. Well, I'm confused too. I'm not sure what you're asking. What's a no-carb diet? You should be eating a ton of carbs, but it's fibrous carbs, like vegetables and stuff. But when working out, I see people eating good carbs. So eat good carbs. I don't know. I don't know anything about what you're talking about. Like what? I need some context there, bro. I'm not a fan of like zero carb, like no net carb. I mean, come on, you need some carbs. I need my sweet potatoes. You just don't need to eat fucking 10 of them. But if you're training hard, you can get tons of fiber and get plenty of fiber in vegetables and shit like that. Yeah. What are your thoughts on competitive eating? Do I think those guys are in danger in the long run? Probably. They're eating a lot of shit all the time. Possibly. I guess we'll have to find out. My thoughts on it? People do stupid shit all the time. That's just the tip of the iceberg for stupid shit in this world. Last question. Does your Swolenormous X offer power programs? What do you mean by power? I don't do like Olympic lifting and stuff? I don't promote that kind of stuff. Depends on what you mean by power programs. I'm very careful to make sure I get people's definitions of what that is, because my idea of power might be different than yours. Everything that it offers, everything is broken down in detail on the website too. So, but there's so much more. Oh, there's so much stuff coming. Those of you that are members, I'm so fucking stoked. Yeah, if you meant powerlifting, no, we don't do like snatches and cleans and shit like that. Let's see here. Just picked up 30 pounds of sweet potatoes. Ooh, look at you. Look at you. Look at you. Looking through here. So, good episode. Good episode. When it comes to variety, make sure that your program is covering the different aspects of motion. Make sure you're getting all the planes of motion. Just to kind of cope back over for those of you that missed the beginning portion, go back and listen because we talked about multiplanar movements and making sure you're getting all angles. It's very important for your adaptation, just for stabilization. And get on that yoga, get on that balance, get on the postural balance. Are you going to get more glorious merch? Am I? Or you mean more shirts? Oh, there's tons of stuff on there already, and I have a bunch of new releases. There's tons of more gear coming. So I'll do another release. Well, this one ends tonight. So it's the last day, the last couple hours for the Fuck Your Pink Drink gear. And then you have like the standard ones up there, but doing another release for a couple new designs shortly. So just stay tuned because the campaigns are going to be short. There might be like a few days to a week. And I'm just going to do one-off, so one-time campaign runs. And then for new versions of shirts. So I'm going to go do some filming. I have to go get some laundry. There's so much stuff I want to do. I'm on a fucking roll. So make sure you plug in, ask some questions. I got another post. What I'm going to be doing is fielding questions for the Ask Papa Swole on YouTube, and also the stuff for the for the Q&A Sunday Fun Day. So remember here on the podcast, we do Sunday full-blown massive Q&A on Sundays. But a lot of questions, just use the hashtag AskPapaSwolio. And when you see posts in my feed that say, drop your question below, no matter what day of the week it is, I'm going to mix them up a little bit. So the first come, first served, and you'll be featured on the next episodes of Ask Papa Swolio. And those I'm posting also here on the Instagram feed for IGTV, where you can watch it longer. So those episodes are going to be everywhere. Tons and tons and tons of Q&A, because I feel like that's the most contextual way we can nail some of this content. So I appreciate you joining live and asking questions here, but make sure you also just stay plugged in, keep your notifications on. So when you see those specific posts, I'm definitely going to be using a ton of content. So make sure you don't miss out on that, but just stay tuned every day as you can catch it live and slip in some questions, and I'll slip you an answer. I'll slip you a juicy one, slip you a good one. Psyched for my fuck your pink drink mug to arrive. I'm stoked too. I already have the pink one, but this is the new version. This is the new design with a bicep. So I'm stoked. I'm gonna get a shirt. I'm gonna get the black one. I have to get a black shirt, and yeah, I'm stoked. I'm stoked. Oh, thank you, Frank. I appreciate the plug, dude. Thank you, dude. If you're on the fence with joining Swolenormous X, just join. You won't regret it. I agree. And for those for the person I was asking about the power programs, there's a lot of stuff coming. Just literally filling up the platform every single month. So there's a lot of stuff coming. I'll make some of those announcements inside for those of you that are in Swolenormous X. I got some big stuff coming, so I'll let you all know that. But we're always adding and expanding, so there's gonna be a ton of stuff on the way that I'm excited for. I'm really stoked for. Really. I like it. I love it. I'm amped up. I got to go. All right. Love you guys. I will see you tomorrow for episode 1055 of the most muscular Swolecast, Beardcast, Broadcast, Gamecast, Mancast, Pimpcast, Sleevescast, and Slaycast in the realm. Because when I flex, you flex, we all flex our biceps. Remember to go check out swolenormousx.com for all the links, apparel, Daily Swole Club, full-blown memberships, the Gain Train blog, all in the main menu. Just go check it out at swolenormousx.com. And I'll see everyone tomorrow for 1055. Peace, McGee's, deuce, Magoose, your boy, Papa Swolio. Out.